to go out to the lungs and come back. So we have a direct connection between the pulmonary artery, which is this one, right, on the front of the heart, and the aorta, which is this one. So you can see right here, connection, right there, so that the blood can just go right back to the body in utero. And then as you grow in utero and become to gestational age, this closes off all by itself. So that by the time you're born, you have two separate circuits of circulation. And your oxygen-rich and your oxygen-poor blood don't mix.
That's pretty cool.
So a lot of times in preemies, they have to keep them in the hospital until this, you just let them grow, and usually by the time they're proper age, this will close off by itself. And then if not, then they have to go in and actually stitch that off. Because, you know, mixed blood is okay for frogs, but it's not okay for people.
Right.
Okay? All right, so if we open our heart, again, this is the front of the heart, it's the apex. So if we open this one opens this way, open this baby up. All right. So again, it's pretty easy to tell right and left when you get this open. This is all left. See all this big muscle here? The left side is very, very muscular because it has to contract with a lot of force, right? That's where your blood pressure comes from, and that contracts to send it out that great big aorta. This little one up here, this is the right ventricle. Much less myocardium there because that's just going to the lungs. Okay? There are valves between the atria and the ventricles, and those are cuspid valves. And a cusp is a flap of tissue. This is a cusp here, a flap of tissue. Okay, on the right side, so let's see if we can get this oriented properly here. So this is the right side. That's bizarre. Can't really see the right side too well because it's been cut. Wait, oh, get a little bit right here. Alright, so this is the right side of the heart, okay? This is the right ventricle down here. So this has been cut here. Got a little handy with the knife here. Okay? So this right here is part of the cuspid valve here. And here, this flap of tissue right here, that's one of the cusps. It's a three-part valve on the right side. It's a tricuspid valve on the right side.
Okay.
And you see those little strings? Okay, those are the chordae tendineae. And those anchor the cusps to the papillary muscles, these little bulges on the inside here of the ventricle. Those are papillary muscles. So that when the heart contracts, it puts tension on the tendineae, it closes the valve. When it relaxes, it releases the tension, and it opens the valve. Okay. Also, this thing right here, this is called the moderator band. Sheep and cows, and probably something else, I don't know, has this thing. Okay, but that's a good marker for the right side.
Okay. It's only on the right.
It's only on the right side, only on the right ventricle.
Okay.
Okay? Now if we look at the left, so this is our left ventricle in here, this big meaty thing. Okay? Again, this is a bicuspid valve. It's got two big flaps of tissue. Okay? And part of one's been cut off, so that would be on this side. But again, same thing. These are the cusps. These are the tendineae. And those are anchored to papillary muscles on the wall of the ventricle. Pumps there. Okay. But also in the left ventricle, if you look down here, see these big things right here? All this muscle? That's the trabecular carne muscle.
Okay. So the
Only
stuff
in the
deeper
left.
to that is
Deeper down here, these long lines down in here.
Yep.
All this stuff down in here.
Okay.
That's all trabecular carne muscle.
Okay. And the papillary.
Papillary are just where you see the little tendinae attached.
Okay.
Those are papillary muscles. Everything else up here on the back, that's carne, trabecular carne muscle. Okay, this is very, very muscular, this chamber. Okay. There are also muscles in the atria, because the atria have to contract as well. You can see it right here. So these bumpy things here, those are the pectinate muscles. Those are found in both right and left atrium.
Okay. Papillary and pectinate. I'm gonna have to remember.
Just gotta remember it. Yeah, pectinate, papillary, trabeculate.
Okay.
Okay. And this is muscle too. This is all the myocardium.
Okay.
Myocardium. Okay. And the pericardium is the outside layer of the heart, right?
Pericardium. You still have it. Yeah. See this right here?
Yeah, that's what we
That
thought
membrane.
it was. Okay.
That's the pericardial sac.
Okay.
And there's fluid between the sac and the heart, like a little bumper in there.
Now, when it says parietal, pleura, and visceral in the heart, so like visceral would be what was on the heart, right? The parietal would be what, the fluid on the inside of like the sac part?
Yeah, but you're not going to see
Against
anything.
the sac?
You're not going to
Yeah.
see anything.
Okay.
Clearly this happened.
Like, how would we identify that?
I know.
No.
Okay.
It's all dried up.
So then there's valves that regulate flow out of the heart. So the
Okay.
vessels coming out of the heart, the big arteries. So there's valves between the ventricles and the arteries coming out. So this, put this back together, right? Okay, so this is this is your aorta. This has been cut here. Okay, you can tell it's aorta. Look how thick that is. Okay. The big arteries are really, really thick walled, whereas the veins, these things, this is the largest vein in the body, and it's pretty flimsy.
Okay.
That's a superior vena cava. It's very flimsy. But the arteries have to be much tougher because they got a lot of elasticity because they have to expand when they speak to the heart. All right. So coming out of this left ventricle, then coming up through this aorta, there's a valve, and it's right. I don't know what that is. It's right here. This flap of tissue here and this flap of tissue here. These two flaps.
Yep.
Here and here. That's the aortic semilunar valve.
Okay.
Okay, and that just simply they close like this or they open like this.
It's so crazy that such a small little piece of
I
tissue can be
know.
so important. Like if they didn't have them, they would die.
Well, my husband's was defective, so it wasn't. So when they closed, they didn't close all the way. So actually, blood was flowing back the wrong way into the left ventricle, and it was causing his heart to enlarge.
Oh my god.
So
That's crazy.
so he has a it's about the size. It's the coolest thing. It's about the size of a $50. It's this little piece of metal with all these Dacron fibers around it. It's a little ring with a little flapper thing. And that's all it is.
And they put it in?
They sewed it in there, and the fibers from the heart, the muscle fibers from the heart, actually grow into the Dacron
That's
over
so
time and hold it in
cool.
place.
Oh.
So he doesn't do lub dub anymore. He goes
Oh yeah,
tick-tock.
he goes.
If you're sitting next to him on the couch, you can hear it go tick.
Really? Oh, that's crazy.
Okay, so that's the aortic semilunar, so that regulates flow out of there. And then if we look at the pulmonary artery, there's also a semilunar valve that regulates flow. This is the beginning of the pulmonary artery, right here. So there's a valve there, right here.
Oh, cool.
The flaps here and flap here. That's the pulmonary semilunar valve.
That's
Okay,
easy
yeah.
then, because it's right where it needs to be.
Yeah, it's where
the
it
name
is,
is
yeah.
like same thing.
The aortic and pulmonary, yeah.
All right, so it's the semilunar valves between the ventricles and the vessels going out, and the cuspid valves between the upper and lower ventricles.
Okay.
Okay, that's easy.
Okay?
At least that makes sense.
Yeah.
Can you tell if the sheep had bad cholesterol?
No, actually, he looks pretty good. I think that's
That
about
just
it.
interests me when there's like stuff on the walls.
Yeah.
No, his artery looks pretty nice and clean here.
That's it?